Welcome to Wax Off. My name is Robina Rayasat and I'm a hearing aid audiologist. I'll be talking through our earwax removal videos, so let's see some wax. This patient is a returning patient. Her name is Caitlin Stark. Caitlin had earwax removal back in episode 12. About 3 months ago, and she is back again today needing another earwax removal. This time both her ears need earwax removal, although it's the left ear which is a problem again because it's a narrow collapsed ear canal which has built up again and causing her not to hear so well from her hearing aid. I've linked her last earwax removal in the description box below, and it will come up towards the end of the video on the screen if you haven't seen it before. So I start off on the left side. You can see that it's sealed, has golden light coloured wax because it's built up in the last 3 months. And as I attempt to go in with the probe, you can see just how loose the skin is, which is causing it to appear almost like a slit of an opening. Here I'm opening up the ear canal to show you just how narrow it is and how much space should be there when the ear canal is more open. I'm going straight in with the fine end straight away, as it's the only end that will fit through the very narrow slit. After a few pieces went in the tube, we get a large piece of blockage on the end. Here we have our first piece out, a sizable piece for this ear. However, I think you would be quite disappointed seeing this in real life as it is still quite small. Back in and pulling on the pinner, which is the outer ear, to get a better view. Here I'm beginning to use the blanketing technique to gather everything into one area to try and increase the suction force on the end of the probe. And it's pulling the keratin and wax to one side, and it does want to come out, but it's stuck somewhere deeper down. I'm wiggling the probe tip at the same time to see if it allows this quite large piece of interconnected keratin to come out. Lots of wiggling going on here. And there we have it, a light coloured golden piece of wax and keratin comes away. Quite sizable, especially for this very narrowed ear canal. You can see exactly where the golden wax is attached to the piece of keratin. Back in, as it's quite clear that there's more blockage to be removed, and another piece comes away. I've taken a quick still here before part of it gets suctioned into the tube, and another angle just here. Removing a little from the entrance here. And as I go in to see exactly what's happening beyond the narrow part of the ear canal, you can see still a sizable amount of skin which has lifted off the ear canal wall but hasn't come off yet, as well as obviously some smaller pieces of wax. So I'm back in to see if I can remove that. lots of glare here, and I'm having some difficulty removing the skin here. It's going into the tube, which is extremely noisy for Caitlin, but not coming away. So here, after trying another time, you can see that it's simply just going in, but it just doesn't want to come away from the ear canal wall. I decided that it's better if I oil at this stage, which makes it particularly messy on the front of the endoscope. As I go back in after the oiling, however, you can see that the oiling has made the keratin lay flat down against the ear canal. And because this procedure is becoming a little pokey and very noisy for Caitlin, I decided at this point that I would leave it there. It's likely she's going to need another earwax removal procedure in 3 months, so I would rather leave this ear comfortable for her than put her through a procedure which is excessively noisy and uncomfortable in order to remove a piece of keratin. So the decision was made to leave the translucent keratin layer on this occasion. In the last procedure, I removed this with some alligator forceps as it had been gathered in one place, but the keratin didn't want to play ball this time. So here is the final shot of the left ear, now clear. Eardrum is looking good, but there are some areas where the translucent keratin can be seen on the edges here, and that's okay to leave as it's not quite ready to come off. Now over to the right side. This side in episode 12 was clear, so it didn't need an earwax removal, but today it needed some extraction as it was partially blocked and was stopping Caitlin's hearing aids from delivering clear sound to the eardrum. Again, using a small tip to start off with, a very keratinous wax layer, using the same blanketing technique. But I found that the suction from the smaller fine end wasn't strong enough, so here I switched back to the standard Zollner. Again, blanketing, moving the blockage to one side. And a small amount comes away. And the uppermost, oldest part of the wax comes away, a very small amount. When I go back in to get the remainder keratin, you can see how much easier it is to remove the keratin and how much more easily it comes away because it's almost been lifted away deeper down. There is a lot of oil on the eardrum as well. just some small bits at the entrance that I want to remove so it doesn't get into the hearing aid. Gently lifting as much of that as I possibly can. And we have finished with Caitlin's earwax removal for today. Hearing super well after this with her hearing aids, and I probably will be seeing her again in another 3 months, especially as the deeper layer of keratin wasn't able to be removed on the left side. So thank you so much for watching episode 31 of Wax Off. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Please do subscribe. You just have to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And I will see you in the next one.